Hi everyone, I have truly missed chatting with you guys, but I had to put in some time over at the job that pays the bills. But welcome back to Davis Sports Reports, where we break down everything you need to know about women's college basketball offseason. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, we're diving into Big Ten Conference, a league full of powerhouse programs, rising stars, and major roster shakeups. From teams loading up through the portal and others dealing with huge losses, we'll go school by school to look at what each roster looks like heading into the summer, how many spots they have left to fill, and who's shaping up to make a serious run next season. Let's get into it and break it down, because while this is the Big Ten, they have like 100 schools. So let's get started.
What this team has done, what this senior group has done, I've been asked multiple times the last couple months, how do you describe them? I can't describe it. I don't even know how to put it into words, really. It's a feel. It's the way, it's just everything about you guys every day, how you go about your business. Just I'll forever be grateful, to you seniors that believed in us, believed in Illinois. And I'm happy about the wins, but I'm more happy about the people you are. I'm more happy about how you're going to be successful in anything that you do, because you're good human beings and you do things the right way. And when you continue to do that, you're gonna be rewarded tenfold in life because of who you are.
First, we'll start off with Illinois head coach Shauna Green. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 5, including Kendall Bostic, who was the top scorer, rebounder, and block shots. For the transfers out, there were 2, Corey Allen and Shea Bolin. On the gain side, returning are 7, Gretchen Dolan, Barry Wallace, Jasmine Brown-Hager, Irene Noya-Kochora, Mia Zena, Haven Smith, and 6'7" center Letty Vasconcelos, who missed last season with an ACL tear. For the new recruits, there are 5, including 29th ranked Destiny Jackson, 40th ranked Sierra Parchman. From the transfer portal, there are 2, Aaliyah Guyton and Maddie Weber coming from Villanova. Remaining open positions is 1. Next up is Indiana head coach Terry Morin. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 3, Sydney Parrish, who was the top rebounder, Chloe Moore-McNeil, who was top assists and steals, and Carolyn Striplin. For the transfers out, there were 6, including top scorer Yardine Garzone. For the returners, there were 4, including Shay Szyszki, Lena Beaumont, who was out due to a knee injury last year, and Faith Wiseman. For the new recruits, there were 3, 6'3" Maya Mikulski, who is ranked number 35, and I watched her clips, and she can hoop. Also, 42nd ranked Nevia Caffey and Sydney Finn. For the transfers in, there were 5, including 6'3" McDonald's All-American Zanaya Saka-Newman that wasn't utilized much at UCLA last year. Also, Phoenix Stolchen, who played for the Netherlands international team, Adessa Noyen, Journey Kayuki, and Chloe Spreen, the Bedford, Indiana native that played for Alabama last year. Remaining open positions are 3.
Listen to me. There have been great teams from the 90s. You are the team. You're the team in the record book for how you have shared the ball, for how you have leaned into these moments, how you have prepared for when your number was called. Are you kidding me that we set a program record? That is awesome. We love you guys. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together!
Then we have Iowa head coach Jan Jensen. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 5, including Lucy Olson, who was drafted to the WNBA, Sydney Affolter, the rebound queen for the Hawkeyes, Addison O'Grady, Kylie Feuback, and AJ Ediger. Lots of great players graduated. For the transfers out, there was 1, freshman Aaliyah Guyton. Now on to the gain side. Returning, there are 8, including Taylor McCabe, Hannah Stokey, who has become a staple for the Hawkeyes, and this will be her 4th and final season. Also, Jada Giamfi, Kenise Johnson, Callie Levin, Taylor Stamlaw, Tegan Maligny, and Ava Hayden. For the new recruits, there are 3, 23rd ranked Addison Dill, 71st ranked Layla Hayes, and Journey Houston. For the transfer portal in, there was 1, and that is the freshman coming out of Georgia Tech, Chastity Wright. And she might be small, but she brings the goods. I look forward to seeing her hoop with the Hawkeyes next year. Remaining open positions are 3. Moving along to Maryland, head coach Brenda Freese. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 4, including Cheyenne Sellers, who was drafted to the WNBA. Congrats to her. For the transfers out, there were 2, Emily Fisher and Allie Quebec. On the gain side, returning there are 7, including Bree McDaniels, the top scorer Kaylin Smichael, Muir McLean and Sayla Poffenberger, the homegirls, Emma Chardone, Isamenmi Ozzy Momudu, and Ava McKinney. For the new recruits, there's 1, 34th ranked Rainey Wilson. For the transfer portals in, there were 3, starting with 6'6", top scorer and rebounder for Penn State, Gracie Merkel. Major contributor to the Duke Blue Devils, Oluchi Okananwa, and top scorer for the Indiana Hoosiers, Yardine Garzone, who's also 17th in the NCAA women's basketball for 3-pointers. This was a win, and a huge win. Maryland is going for the jugular. Remaining open positions are 4. Moving on to Michigan, head coach Kim Barnes-Arico. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 2, Jordan Hobbs, who was drafted into the WNBA, and congratulations to Jordan, and Greta Kampschroeder. For the transfers out, there was 1, 6'5" center, Yulia Grabovskia. On the gain side, returning, there are 9, freshman trio, Mila Holloway, Olivia Osen, and Sila Wards, who got them deep into the playoffs. These girls can shoot the lights out. For the transfers in, there were 2, McDonald's All-American Kendall Dudley and Ashley Safilkinich, leading scorer for Bucknell and 27th overall in NCAA women's basketball. Michigan has filled out nicely. Remaining open positions is 1. Next is Michigan State head coach Robin Freilich. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 4, including top rebounder Julian Aralt, who was invited for tryouts for the WNBA Phoenix Mercury. Also, Jocelyn Tate, Jaden Simmons, and Nyla Hampton. For the transfers out, there were 3, Helen Hawley, Mary Ming, and Sinai Douglas, and these were not huge contributors. On the game side, returning there are 7, top scorer Grace Blanc-Slutin, Theron Halleck, Inez Sotelo, Julian Woodard, Emma Shumate, Kennedy Blair, and Abby Kimball. For the new recruits, there are 3, 33rd ranked Jordan Odie, 87th ranked Amy Tarian, and her twin sister, Anna Tarian. For the transfer portal in, there's going to be 3, guard Rashonda Jones, the lead scorer coming from Arizona State, Jalen Brown, and forward Maura Dykstra coming from Montana State. Remaining positions are 2. Now we'll look at Minnesota, who were the WBIT champions. Head coach Don Plitzowite. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 3, Alexis Rose, Maggie Susano, and Annika Stewart. For the transfers out, there were 2, Jordan Brooke and McKenna Johnson. On the gain side, returning are 10, including top scorer Mara Braun, top rebounder Mallory Hare, and point guard with the most assists and steals, Amaya Battle. Also, Grace Gorkalski, Tori McKinney, who's fire from the 3, Sophie Hart, Taylor Woodson, Naomi Holloway, Kennedy Click, Bryn Cinders. Basically, all of the starters are back. New recruits are 2, McKenna Christian and Zoe Burschers. For the transfers in, there are 2. First off, there's Briley Glenn. Second is the new recruit's sister, Tracy Burschers. And we are really making this women's basketball thing a buy one, get one free with these sister duos, aren't we? Remaining open positions is 1. Next up is Nebraska head coach Amy Williams. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 4, including top scorer Alexis Murkowski. For the transfers out, there were 0. On the gain side, returning, there are 8 players. Second highest scorer, Natalie Potts. Top rebounder, steal and assists, Britt Prince. Logan Nilsey, Kaylin Hakey, Jessica Petrie, Petra Bozan, Amaya Hargrove, and Allison Widener. Nebraska's got them moves. I see you, Nebraska. Show me what you're working with. For the new recruits, there are 2, Olivia Hamlin and Alana Neal. For the transfer portal in, there were 3, Emily Fisher, Haley Weaver, and Eliza Maupin. Remaining open positions is 2. Next is Northwestern head coach Joe McCohen, who has announced he will retire after this season, and I really appreciate that he put that out there and didn't leave people scrambling last minute. For the losses, in the graduating class, there were 4, including top scorer Kaylee Walsh, top rebounder Taylor Williams, also Kayla Jones, and Mercury Adamoseyo. For the transfers out, there were 2, and that is the second leading scorer, Melanie Daly, and Haley Weaver. For the gain side, returning, there are 10, including Grace Sullivan, Carolyn Law, who is the 10th on the NCAA Women's Basketball Assist Leaderboard, Lori Trumpy, Casey Harder, Zamaya Walton. For the new recruits, there's 1, Angelina Hodgins. Transfer portal in is 2, and that is guard Tate Walters from Furman and Deja Turner coming from TCU. Remaining open positions are 2.
This team, because that was a team win. They had a lot of people, everybody, the bench was great, starters, people off the bench, people not playing, everybody was playing. That's how you win this time of year as a team. Okay, so everybody come up, let's go.
Good job.
Moving on to Ohio State, head coach Kevin McGuff. For the losses, in the graduating class, there were 4, including Taylor Tahiri, drafted by the WNBA, top rebounder Ajayi Petty, who was invited for the training camp with the Minnesota Lynx, Madison Green, and Ebony Walker. For the transfers out, there were 2, top scorer Cody McMahon and Faith Carson. On the returning side, there are 8, including the second top scorer Jelani Cambridge and Chance Grace, who are both McDonald's All-Americans, and another sister-sister duo with Kennedy Cambridge, Ava Watson, Sienna Henry, Alina Hobbs, Ella Hobbs, Alyssa Lamley, and Kaya Henderson. For the new recruits, there's 1, 83rd ranked Daria Burek. For the transfer portal in, there are 2, Boston College's top scorer Tiana Todd and redshirt freshman Kylie Kitts. Remaining open positions are 4. Next is Oregon head coach Kelly Lee Graves. For the losses, in the graduating class, there were 4. Top scorer Deja Kelly, who was invited to the WNBA training camp, and she is killing it. You go, girl. Also, Peyton Scott, who was the second highest scorer, Filipina Kai, who was the top rebounder, and Alexis Whitfield. These losses will make a huge impact. For the transfer portal out, there were 0. On the gain side, returning, there were 10. For the new recruits, there are 2, 53rd ranked Janiyah Williams and Sarah Bourbon. For the transfer portal in, there are 3, including 26th ranked in the 2024 class, Avery Kane, Mia Jacobs, and Estera Tahina. Remaining open positions are 0. They are a full roster. Next, we head to the bottom of the Big Ten win, and that is Penn State head coach Carolyn Krieger. For the losses, in the graduating class, they had 2, Jayla Oden and Tamara Johnson. For the transfers out is a ton, 8. Top scorer and rebounder blocks Gracie Merkel, Gabby Elliott, who was second in scoring, Grace Hall, Allie Campbell, who was top in assists, Talaya Walker, Ariana Williams, Georgia Cott, and Cam Rust. Almost everyone's out of there. Returning are 3. That's guard Mariah Murray, who's 21st in the NCAA women's basketball for 3-pointers, Victoria Santana, and Shaylin Steele. For the new recruits, there are 3. Rachel Okoko, who's the Canadian All-American, Shayla Smith, and Nyla McFadden, non-American top 100s. For the transfer portal in, there's one, the freshman floor general straight from Rutgers, Keomi McMiller, who is the shining light for the Nittany Lions as they saw so many players saying farewell. Remaining open positions are 8. That's very concerning as most of the great players have been grabbed up, but we will see what Penn does to fill those positions. Moving along to Purdue, head coach Katie Gildes.
But just the evolution of our game. Obviously, you credit Caitlin a lot for that, for what she's brought to our game. But I think, you're seeing us more on TV, the women's game more on TV. You're seeing more on social media. Women can hoop. 22 can hoop, but we got some kids who can hoop in the country, right? On our team across the country. And I think the more people come out to see, the more they'll find, okay, let me bring my buddy, because women can flat out hoop.
For the losses, in the graduating class, there were 4, and that is the top scorer, Destiny Lambard, top rebounder, Regan Bass. For the transfers out, there are 6, top assist maker, Rashonda Jones. For the gain side, returning, there are 4, including Kendall Poirier, Lena McCarthy, Madison Layden, who's newly married and has a name change, Layden Zai, and Elena Harper. For the new recruits, there's 1, Avery Gordon, and she is the 63rd ranked. For the transfer portal in, there are 4, and that's second highest score for Arkansas, Kiki Smith. Also Taylor Henderson and Taylor Feldman, Nia Smith. Remaining open positions are 6, so there's still a ton of work to be done here. Next on the list is Rutgers, head coach Coquise Washington. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 4, including JoJo Lacey, who signed with the WNBA Washington Mystics. For the transfers out, there were 3, top scorer Keomi McMiller, Maya Petticord, and Lisa Thompson. And so these were major losses for Rutgers. On the gain side, returning, there are only 3. For new recruits, there's 1, and that's Precious Wheeler. For the transfer portal in, there are 6. Lauren Swan, Amani Lester, 6'4" forward, Yassine Ndia, Faith Blackstone, Nini Ndia, who played for Senegal U18, and Kayla Ivey. Remaining open positions are 5. Next up is last year's Big Ten champions, UCLA, head coach Corey Close. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 0. For the transfers out, there were 6, and these were kind of surprising. London Jones, the 6th Woman of the Year, Janiyah Barker, and the freshman class, Alina Arnisalo, Kendall Dudley, Zanai Saka-Newman, and Avery Kane. On the gain side, returning, there are 7. Top scorer and rebounder, Miss Don't Even Think About Scoring in My Paint, Lauren Betts. Top assist maker, Kiki Rice, Gabriela Jaquez, Tamia Gardner, Amanda Muse, Charlene Ledger-Walker, and Angela Dugalik. So they still have a good bit coming back. For the new recruits, there are 2. Second-ranked little sister of Lauren Betts, Sienna Betts, that's coming in with major handles. This sister-sister duo is going to be explosive. Also, Lena Bilic from Croatia. For the transfer portal in, there's 1, and that is the highly sought-after Gianna Neepkins, who is 8th in NCAA women's basketball for 3-pointers. Remaining open positions are 5, and normally I'd say this is alarming, but they have what they need to be a major contender. But nothing's wrong with having more depth, so it'll be interesting to see how Coach Close fills those 5 spots. Heading over to USC, head coach Lindsay Gottlieb, and she is down by her 1 juju. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 4, including Kiki Ariafin, who was drafted to the WNBA, and Rhea Marshall, also drafted to the WNBA. Then there was Talia Van Alhoffen and Clarice Akunwafu. For the transfers out, there were 4, including freshman McDonald's All-American Avery Howell and Kaylee Heckel, as well as Dominique Darius that didn't play last year, and Aaliyah Gales, who didn't get much playing time due to recovering from an injury. On the gains, returning, there are 6, and that is the hardest working bun in college basketball, Juju Watkins. She will be on the injury list after tearing her ACL last year. Kendall Smith, Malaya Samuels, Brooklyn Shamblin, Rain Forrester, and Vivian Awuchukwu. So they have a really good group coming back. The new recruits, there are 2. That is number 1 ranked Jazzy Davison, and you better believe she earned that number 1 spot. She also played in the FIBA 3x3 for USA last year. Also, Laura Williams. For the transfer portal in, there are 4. And that's going to be the top scorer for Georgia Tech, Kara Dunn, who can shoot the lights out. Also, London Jones, who can serve those threes when needed the most, and Diana Mendez and Yakia Milton. They have a good rounded roster here. Remaining open positions are 3. Next up is Washington head coach Tina Langley. For the losses in the graduating class, there were 3, including Delia Daniels, who was the top rebounder and drafted by the Minnesota Lynx. Also, Brenna McDonald and Tyra Eek. For the transfers out, there were 0. Returning, there's 8 players, including Elle Ladden, who was the top scorer, Salvia Sellers, who was the second top scorer and top rebounder. For the new recruits, there are 4. McDonald's All-American Bren McGoffey, Braylon Martin, Nina Kane, and Sienna Harvey, all top 100 players. And for the transfer portal in, there are 2, Yulia Gravoskia and Avery Howell. Remaining open positions is 1. And last on the list is Wisconsin with new head coach Robin Pington. For the losses, there were 3 in the graduating class, including Tess Myers, Natalie Lusinger, and Haley Douglas. For the transfers out, there were 5, including the 2 top scorers, Sarah Williams and Carter McRae. On the gain side, returning there are 7, including Ronnie Porter, the leader in assists and steals, who entered the portal and then withdrew. For the new recruits, there's 1, and that is Nikki Kristen, and she is from the Greek national team. And for the transfer portal in, there are 4. Remaining open positions are 6, so Wisconsin still has a lot of work to do. As you can see, the Big Ten is undergoing a serious transformation this offseason. Some programs are poised to reload and contend, while others are clearly rebuilding. With a mix of top-tier incoming freshmen, transfer portal steals, and roster turnovers at nearly every school, the conference race is wide open. As we head deeper into the offseason, expect more moves to come as these teams look to solidify their roster. Who do you think will reign supreme in the Big Ten? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next Davis Sports Report update. And again, guys, this was a lot of work. Give me that thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.